Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Blitz Universe to the channel. My name is Martin Dogger and we'll be looking at Sheridan today. The tier 10 American light tank, which is the newest addition to tier 10 in World of Tanks Blitz. And if you have been playing over the weekend and if you have been playing a tier 8, 9 or 10 battle, chances are, I'd say about 99% that you will encounter at least one of these tanks per team, either the T92 E1 or the Sheridan. And if you are in tier 10, then you might even run into 3 per team, because everybody wants to play them, everybody wants to get the Sheridan, because it's the new tank in town and it's got those really OP missiles which can fire around corners, and everybody else is going to show us just that, very good, boom, right into the front of the T92 E1. But are these missiles really breaking the game? Are they going to be bad for the game? Are they things that you have to take into account? Well, first things first, as I've covered already in the T92 E1 review, they do the same amount of damage, alpha damage per shot as the APCR standard rounds. Normally you would gain penetration on your premium rounds and you would lose damage. Not so much on the T92 E1 with the derp gun and the Sheridan. Both of the guns do 560, and here Amadeus bounces a shot from the T92 E1 while killing him in return, so that's quite good. He's done 1373 damage now, got 1 kill, and yeah, he's off to a good start on this game. 579 raw on the projectile, nothing fancy there, nothing brilliant. That's a mid roll with 560 standard alpha, but all in all, doing good here. 2k damage dealt and not taken in return. And what you can do with this tank, if you are trading shots, for example, against this FE, you can get back into cover, and if you are doing it 1 versus 1, then this tank can be really, really strong. And I think I've already seen a little bit in a shift of the meta towards, oh god, that's a Sheridan, he has those missiles, he can shoot over rocks, and he will penetrate me all the time, to a, ooh, that's a Sheridan. He's just fine. He's alone. Let's rush him down. Let's gun him. Let's get 2 guns on him and just evaporate him and then clear him off the face of the earth. And that, I think, is pretty much the way to go when you are dealing with a Sheridan or a T92 E1 on your team. Because those tanks, they do pose big alpha damage. They can trade fairly effectively. But what they don't have is good damage per minute, while this E100 is just wallowing forward, and Amadeus probably has a better crew in the tank than he does. Obviously he is a light tank, he has better camo rating than an E100, but come on, you're making this way too easy, just getting shot twice, losing 2/3 of his hit points for clearing a T92 E1. And the T92 E1 then says, noobs, report. Well, yeah, Amadeus was just waiting for this last shot to happen. And what you should not do if you're facing off against a Sheridan is rush him if he's alone and then trying to go back into friendly lines. But you should not let him reload. And in that regard, this is a light tank, but it kind of is like a tank destroyer as well. And we're going to talk you through the numbers. We're using Blitzhanger after this game. We've seen a little statistics over here. And then we have another great one on Himmelsdorf. And here we have all the statistics of the Sheridan on Blitzhanger. And you can see already I've decided to compare it to all the tier 10 tanks. And there's really no use to compare it to the tier 10 lions. There's only the Batchat and the Sheridan. So it's going to be first or second anyway. But if you're looking at it in tier 10 all, then look at that TPM down there. 2,190 with APCR, and of course 2,190 with Premo as well, which gives it a bit of a better DPM value. But just over 2k, that's the bottom of the list of all the tier 10 tanks, and if you're looking at a tier 10 battle, it's not spectacular either. Your damage per shot, goodish, 560, 240 penetration, of course, 340 on your heat shells, and the HE does 90 and 680, so that is good. The mobility, epic. It is a light tank. There's some tanks a bit lighter, as you can see, but it has really good speed forward, quite good reverse speed as well, a really good effective power to weight ratio. It just zips around the battlefield. It has good concealment values, not the best in class, but pretty good. And upon firing, it is well, quite spectacular actually. It doesn't have the best camo while sitting still, but it has good camo rating upon firing. So what I'm doing in my tank, I have it equipped with calibrated shells with the improved modules Camouflage net, running the gun lane drive, improved assembly, engine accelerator, vertical stabilizers, toolbox, and the high-end consumables. This is my loadout, and of course the improved fuel, the case of cola, and protective kit. This is what I'm running. And then you can see down below that it becomes a good tank. You will only get spotted at say 192 meters, 200 meters if you're sitting still, and if you're sitting behind bushes, it's going to be even better. But this is the main problem. Your DPM, it is not brilliant. Yes, you could use a rammer, but then you would gain 172. It's not worth it. It won't bring you back on top of the list. I would go for the calibrated shells and just learn to live with that DPM. And if you're then looking at the armor profile, it's spaced armor all around. It has got some really weird angles over there. I've bounced shots of this front plate from a T-124, and yes, that turret is HEable, but with spaced armor on the gun mantlet. And it's not really apparent from this view, so I'm kind of puzzled, to be honest. Armor Inspector has this side sitting at two different thicknesses of spaced armor, and then this side is yet another thickness. I'm not quite sure which is correct, because this is also from the API connection, and it seems that it's all the same value all around. But yeah, it prevents you from getting HE'd in your hull, but then again, the turret, people can shoot that easily as well. So let's hop into the game on Himmelsdorf, shall we? And yes, before you will start yelling all, this is Help Immerberg once again. He's using the Sheridan camouflage, as you can see, the Sheridan sidewinder camouflage with attachment, and damn, that looks good. That looks really good. It was really expensive, 6k, and I didn't buy it actually. I'm hoping to get it later for 4.5 or maybe 5k or whatever. But as far as attachments and camouflages go, I think this wargaming, this is what we want to see if people want to buy the camouflage. This is looking good. This is something that is truly unique, not just a tacky gun all put on top of a tank and then call it a camouflage. But I digress. This is the game I wanted to show you, and yes, it is, as said, Help Immerberg. And there will be people who will be quite mad for saying, well, Martin, this is Help Immerberg again, this is buggy once again, I've sent you reviews as well. But yeah, it's not about the damage that he's going to do. It is not about the camouflage. It is about the end result, and especially the team result. And I'm going to show you later what I mean with that, so stay tuned. What you can see also here is that he is being very cautious. He's already taken a look at the lineup. They had a 140, they have two T92 E1s. His team has the Sheridan, and had a T92 E1. And the T62A on his team says affirmative to the command to run, and they have to do a brave Sir Robin. There is a tank destroyer, as you can see in spawn 3, the waffle tractor, Stinky Fruit roll-ups, who didn't quite get the memo, who decided to stay in the rear, and yeah, that was not the way to go with the waffle. Sorry, Stinky, but yeah, shit happens. In the meantime, Buggy has gone all the way into decap. He is capturing that base. He's shooting this IS-7 up the ass. There he goes. The E-100 is then going to shoot him, and the E-100 has a little trade over there. Boom! Pop goes the turret. What a great way to even out the scores, and then in a combined effort, the E-100, the Sheridan, and the M103 retake base D from the enemy. Right then, back to the Sheridan and the general gameplay. I think you have to play this tank like Buggy is doing here. Be a bit of a vampire. You have to retain your hit points with this because, as said at the beginning of the video, I've seen a bit of a change in meta if I'm looking at the games I've been doing from, oh god, it's a Sheridan, I'm really afraid, to it's a Sheridan and let's run him down. Isolated T92 E1s and isolated Sheridans, if you can catch up with them, just freaking kill them, keep shooting, you will burn through them because they do not have the DPM. A well-driven Leopard will make minced meat of a Sheridan. Object 140s, same. 1-to-1 be invincibles, they might, but sometimes they are not that invincible, as aptly demonstrated here. Aren't you said nope. But if you can do this, I mean, an E100 in a really long way of running will not be able to catch up. But if an E100 has some support of a light tank to keep that T92 E1 spotted, yeah, it will not work. You can't run away from an E100 which is well driven if you are in a city map like this, unless you are in a 1 versus 1. But other than that, you basically have to play the tank like Buggy has shown us. You just go to one flank, try to figure out what's happening, and his M103 is really happy that he's won the game and he shoots his load into the waffle. But you have to play like this. You have to play it like a sort of a makeshift medium slash spotting light tank slash tank destroyer. And you can see that help Imberberg from Union Clan. He got a really nice ace medal. But he's not the only one. Look at the base XP. Exactly the same. And yes, this E100 has also picked up an ace. I haven't seen a lot of videos where 2 people on the same team get an ace in the same battle. But yeah, I really like that. And that's why Buggy is once again in a video. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Tankers of Blitz Universe. The Sheridan, my review, my take on it. I quite like the tank, I still have to buy that Camouflage. Please leave your thoughts on whether you like it or not and what you think of the ATG and missiles in World of Tanks Blitz. I'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers and happy tanking!